your attention, please. It's time for the final countdown. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Hi guys, it's Dave in Real Life and welcome to this FA Cup predictions video. It's for the football predictions game, as you know. Obviously we've had some midweek games, haven't counted them on the new table update yet. They will all be added up after the FA Cup weekend. So yeah, a big massive weekend obviously of football yet again. Some interesting notes is that as it would be in the FA Cup, the goal scorers cannot be from the Premier League. We did this in the last round. I believe we're going to do it again in this round. I think it's very important that we change it up at odd occasions so that we don't get the same players mentioned every single week. Obviously, a lot of people would be wanting to pick Haaland, and a lot of people would be wanting to pick Kane or Salah, but no Premier League players allowed. It is the FA Cup. But obviously, as the FA Cup progresses and we get lesser non-Premier League teams, then it'll go back to the Premier League, obviously. But for now, it is non-Premier League, so do your own work, basically. You have Google if you are struggling to find players what play for non-Premier League clubs. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to have a look at the current league table. And yes, there has been dramatic changes at the top, as we are now down to one person leading the charge. It was two last time. But welcome into this week's predictions to Crazy Brody. Has not been at the start of the month, but has finally put his predictions in. And he scored 13 points, well done. But he is propping up the rest of the table. But hopefully if he can get his regular predictions in, then obviously that could change. Adrian K, still on 15 points, no predictions this week. He has messaged me and said that he was been too busy to be able to play. So it's unfortunate, but obviously he's still on 15 points. So there's a target there for Brody not to be bottom of the table. Then we've got in 15th place, we've got Edward. Edward, no predictions at all this week. Obviously just keeps forgetting. He's on 23 points. Then on 14th, this is an unusual territory for Michelle. She's not bottom of the table. And she's got a very respectable 28 points, scoring a massive 6 points this past week. So congratulations to you. Obviously, keep them predictions coming. Connor is in 13th. He scored 17 points this past week, which is very good, taking him to 30 points overall. Then we've got Retro, our defending champion, who's in 12th. 14 points, doing a little bit better than he has done previous weeks. He's on 31 points all together. 11th place is Bonkers. He's got 10 points this past week, putting him on to 40. In 10th is Leeds on 40. He scored 14 points, taking him to 42 points. Then we've got Mr. Chadwick the Gilly Gaff. He scored 14 points, taking him up to 44. Jamie is in 8th on 44 points. He's scoring 14 points. There's a lot of people here who scored 14 points. Dylan didn't score 14 points last week. He scored 15, which took him up to 7th and on 47 points. But on 47 points, his 2 is Jesse. Jesse Jackhammer scoring 10 points this past week. They're both on 47 points. Sam is in 5th with 51 points, scoring a massive 18 points this past week. So that is really cool. Chloe is in 4th, scoring 16 points, taking her to 53 overall. Leroy talks football. I just call him Lee. 12 points this past week, but it keeps him within touching distance of the top with 56 points. In second place is yours truly. I got a massive 21 points, taking me to 59 overall. But a deal tops the tree for now. He scored 21 points like myself, taking him to 65 overall. So yeah, that is the updated table. Obviously, FA Cup will certainly swap a few places around for some people. Can a deal keep his lead? That is the main question going into this weekend. But going into this weekend, it's weekend predictions, and it starts tomorrow night with the FA Cup game between Man City and Arsenal. Arsenal having a fantastic time in the league. They beat Man United. They're having a fantastic run at the moment. But I feel that City, this being at City, this is where it falls down a little bit for Arsenal. I don't think they're a good enough squad to battle on all fronts. I think they need to just concentrate on the Premier League. And I think City do them. I think it's a 2-1 City win, probably an Haaland brace. Who knows? But I think City are just starting to get a little bit of momentum. So, yeah, 2-1 to City. I've gone for there. Walsall, Leicester. Can only see a Leicester win. Yeah, they are having difficult times at the moment, but this should be no obstacle for Leicester. I've gone for 2-0 to them. Accrington Stanley versus Leeds. Accrington Stanley, who are they? Exactly, that's what exactly Leeds will be asking when they play them on Saturday morning. I've gone for Leeds to win 3-0. Accrington, not the greatest of teams, to be fair. Really poor in their division, looking like getting relegated. But yeah, I think Leeds should easily get past this opposition. 3-0 to Leeds. Blackburn, Birmingham. Now, this is a tough one. Both considered really good teams, to be fair. Blackburn, I think, just edge it for me. And I've gone for 1-0 Blackburn. I think similar to the Bristol City West Bromwich Albion game, there's a lot of lower team football, if you get what I mean. A lot of lesser teams going against each other. I've gone for West Brom. We've seen them recently on this channel. They did get a kind of mauling from Burnley, but I think they're good enough to beat Bristol City. So 2-0 to West Brom. Fulham, Sunderland. Mitrovic. That's all I'm going to say. I think he controls this game. I've been impressed with Fulham over the last couple of weeks. Done some really good performances. Not winning every game, of course, but they're certainly putting in the work. So I've going with Fulham 3-1 on this occasion. Then we've got Ipswich, Burnley. Burnley, top of the Championship. Look amazing whenever they play. I think this will go the same way. I think a 1-0 victory, though, this time for Burnley. We'll see them safely through to the 5th round. Luton, Grimsby, 2-1 to Luton is what I'm going for. Sheffield Wednesday versus Fleetwood. Poor old Fleetwood. I think this is where their journey in the FA Cup ends. They've been fantastic all the way through this FA Cup this year, but I think their journey ends to Sheff Wednesday. I think 3-1 is the score I've gone for. Southampton, Blackpool. Yeah, Blackpool beating Notts Forest. Think Southampton, although they're having a difficult time in the Premier League, I think they do this one. James Ward-Prowse, certainly a definite class kind of player. I think that's going to be the difference, to be honest. So Southampton 1-0 against Blackpool. Preston, Spurs is a game what we're going to be covering on this channel. I've gone for Spurs 2-1. Could be a tricky away game for Spurs, to be honest. Preston, not a pushover by any shape or form. But I think Spurs will get it done. They should do. Man United, Reading, unfortunately not going to be covering that game due to the Royal Rumble. We'll need a break. So the schedule for this week, I'll just say it now, is at City Arsenal on Friday. We're doing that. We're doing the Accrington Stanley Leeds game. And then we're going to do the Preston North End Tottenham Hotspur game. We'll have time for the Man United game, but surely we're expecting a Man United victory here. I have gone 3-0 to Man United. as my voice starts to break. So yeah, I think an easy victory for Man United in that one. Then we go to Brighton, Liverpool. The game we are covering on Sunday. I have no hope in this one whatsoever, hopefully. What can I say? I want to give Liverpool a win here, but I can't because of the last performance where Brighton absolutely dominated us. I'm going to be bold just because I want us to stay in the competition as long as possible. I'm going to go 2-2 when it goes to a replay, but that's just me being hopeful, I think. What do you guys think? That is the question. It would be interesting to see where you're putting this. I think definitely Connor will put Liverpool out of the FA Cup because that's just typical of what he does. I think Retro will as well. The Man United support rate, they'll all vote against Liverpool. Typical. Anyway, we'll move on. I've gone for 2-2. I think that'll be a replay again. Stoke v Stevenage. Gone Stoke to win 2-0. Our another live game on Sunday is Wrexham versus Sheff Utd. Obviously, reasons why this is going to be televised is because of the ownership at Wrexham, and it's giant killing as well. But I don't think it's going to happen this time around. I think Sheff United are a good enough team to stop that. Second in the Championship, look like promotion. It's back to the Premier League for them. So I've gone 1-0 to Sheff United. I think they get the job done. Then we've got Derby versus West Ham on Monday. Our Monday night football. Yes, that is the last game of the FA Cup. I've gone for 2-1 to West Ham. Could be a shock on the cards here, to be honest. I'm not overly confident on West Ham, but you never know. Bowen's back into scoring goals, so let's wait and see. My goal scorers, remember, non-Premier League goal scorers, please. If you do, you'll just get ignored. Watch the video, you will know. It's a little tease, but I always put in. Make sure that you're watching the videos. I've gone for Norwood of Sheff United and Ashley Barnes of Burnley. They are my 2 goal scorers. Yes, I want 2. Obviously, because there's lots of games. So lots of opportunity for points, obviously. So, yeah. You know what to do. Put in the comment section what your predictions are for this weekend's FA Cup games. Remember, your goal scorers have got to be outside of the Premier League. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy, but that's life. Got to earn these points. It's not got to be, oh, well, I'll just pick Haaland. No Haaland. No Kane. No Salah. No Gakpo. Even though everybody likes to put Gakpo in lately and he hasn't scored a single goal. And I know certain people will probably copy my goal scorers. Jesse Giacomo, I'm looking at you, who copies every time my goal scorers. So it'd be interesting to see what you come up with. Probably the same as me. So yeah, obviously best of luck for this weekend, as this is probably the last weekend of the predictions. So yeah, we will be crowning a champion by the end of this weekend, I think. Well, there might be 1 or 2 games in between, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that's going to pan out. Anyway, I've been David Real Life Football. You guys have been awesome. And remember to get your predictions in. Yeah, we're going to change it up then. Anyway, I'll catch you all in the next video or live stream. Obviously back with Man City versus Arsenal. So yeah, join me for that on Friday night. And I will see you in a little while. Bye for now.